I can tell you I'm tired today. Woo-wee. Woo! It's my thing. Woo! Yeah, I think you can probably hear it in my voice that I am tired. Tired. Yes. Second day of dance. Third day of dance. Second day dancing. Third day with my class that was difficult, and I'll tell you what, I did it. I made a huge change, and it may not seem like a huge change to other people, but my desks and my configuration of tables has been consistent and the same for the last 9 years, yet and it's comfortable for me, but it doesn't have to be comfortable for me. It's not about me. I have to remember that change is good. So I changed my tables. I know it sounds insignificant, but it changes the entire way the class runs. The configuration of the tables or the seats or the chairs really does make a difference in how the students behave. But we had a different kind of student that wasn't so easily distracted. There was just a difference. Not any more intelligent, just less distractible. And so when I had my chairs or my desks in a U shape, and we would all sit and we'd go into like the center for a meeting before we started class, that was actually helpful. It was grossly apparent to me on Tuesday and then yesterday again that this was not going to work for my difficult class at all. So I went the more traditional route. Not that I went and got chairs, I still have tables. But I did the tables in lines with enough space in between them that, kids still have room to move around, but no one's back is ever to me. No one ever has to do anything. The worst they have to do to see the board or to see the screen is turn their head right or left. They don't have to do a whole body shift or move their chairs or anything. That's too much. And then with their backs to me, some of them in the way it was before, with their backs to me, that was just an invitation for mischief. So I changed it, and what a difference. I mean, what a difference. These are different students. I had different students today than I did yesterday just because of the arrangement of seats. That's something I want new teachers to think about. There's so many factors that go into having a successful class that sometimes the easiest thing is the thing that's going to fix it. Start with the obvious and then move to what the next obvious. What else could be? It could be. Anyway, so I had another really, really good day. Really good day. My kids everybody did well. Everybody did. And I have so much leadership stepping up to the plate through these young people. They're just like, if you want, I can pass out this for you. If you want, I can help you with this. Dr. Pullman, do you want me to push all the chairs in? It's just so cute. And I want to say thank you all for coming in, especially those of you with wrenches. You mean everything to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always, I'm going to do my best to do my high school vlog. What is this person doing? Okay. My high school, a day in the life of a teacher, whatever you want to call it, each day right after I'm done. So, because it's a really good way for me to reflect on my day. And so yesterday I was talking about how the kids had given me a run for my money, and they had, oh my, hallelujah, hallelujah. I was exhausted I had done 2 dance classes and taught a class. I was fine. Then I had this class and they had my head spinning. I was like, oh my God, am I a new teacher? Reminder, people with wrenches, just a reminder, I can't talk to you because I'm driving, but thank you for coming in. And then if anybody comes in that doesn't have a wrench, if you could explain to them that I'm driving, that would be great. So I was not going to have another day like yesterday, and I must have probably planned for 2 hours plus my overnight thinking while I was sleeping. I must have planned for 2 hours today, hour before school and an hour on thank you, hour on my prep. I get to go. I made sure that I had backup activities. Oh, sorry about the noise. I made sure I had backup activities. It's this class. I'm really glad I'm a trained middle school teacher, because this class that I'm teaching, the one that's difficult for me, not difficult for them. They know what they're doing. They're being 9th graders. But I'm really glad I'm a trained middle school teacher, because I can pull, all those strategies out of the air. They're not that far away. I mean, the last time I taught middle school was in 2009. So it's 10 years later, but it's all the same behavior. So, sorry about the shaking. It's gonna do that, you know that. It's all the same behaviors, you know? And so what do? Don't give them busy work, but keep them busy. Remember that idle hands doesn't create idle minds. I don't know what that saying is, but if my students don't have anything to do, they're going to find something to do, and it's not what I'm going to want them to do. So several activities, some fun, some thinking. So first of all, a thinking exercise when they walk in, like do now, a writing exercise. Just what was the one today? One of the ones. If you were president of the United States today, what is the first thing you would change? Oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe. These children had a ton of stuff to write about that, tons of stuff. And it was well thought out. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So here's my most difficult class, pointing out what's wrong in the United States, and then coming up with solutions. Now, of course, they're 9th grade solutions, but they're problem solving. They're thinking about it. And if we can get them thinking about how they could affect the world, then we're not going to have any problems. These kids are... One thing I can say about video games is they teach kids to problem solve and get around obstacles and get over it. Video games, even if they're violent, first of all, there's no research behind, there's no credible research that says video games make children more violent and apt to kill. Not true. Video games are, they're just games, and I know kids can separate reality from... Oh, I better roll up my windows. Kids can... Sorry, I had a brain blank. My whole face went... Kids can separate reality from fiction super fast. The only thing I do know that I think video games can do is if it's accurately portrayed, a video game can actually teach a kid how to fly an airplane. But video games do not make you more violent. If anything, video games make you more apt problem solvers. However, we do know, just like sugar, just like alcohol, video games too are addictive, and that is the one thing that gets in the way of education, is that addictive quality, what it does to the brain and how it turns on, it turns on or releases, has your brain release endorphins, and so, and all the stuff that's addictive when you associate addictive behavior to other things. So video games. Anyway, why was I on video games? Because some of the most active rate, they had such a good discussion, and they had to take notes on what everybody else was taking or saying. Cornell Notes, which is a system we use, as they had to write the person, what point they were making by answering that question, and what they thought about it. Finally, at the end after that, we did something called the me page, which is they fill in a whole bunch of blanks about them. Just, my favorite color is, when I'm an adult, I will become, not I want to be, but I will become. And so they had 25 of those to fill out. I loved it. It was a great exercise. They got into it. They talked to each other about it. It was wonderful. And then now tomorrow they're going to take that and represent 5 to 6 of those ideas in a piece of art, in images, and then write a summary of the experience. So I kept them busy, and I think they were happy. It's a great, just changing the chairs helped me change the outcome of the class, and I was not as exhausted today as I was yesterday. So I think I'm gonna say I'm a new teacher for this class, and I'm gonna have to work as hard to teach these beautiful young people as I would any of the years that I first started teaching. My accelerated students are a little more well-equipped to self-direct. I have to start to teach these students to self-direct, but I was really pleased with myself today. Oh, there's my husband. Anyway, I want to say thank you. I will see you later. I'm home. I had a successful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Yes, I want to end